Okay, I'm going to teach you how I draw my cats and dogs using the line and circle method. You're probably wondering what the line and circle method is. Well, it's simple. Just circles and lines. Now, the basic tools you're going to need for this will be your pencil, grey lead most preferably, your rubber, and your pen for finalising the lines. Once when you're finished and you're happy with your pencil picture, then you finalise the lines with the text, with the pen, and or text. You can use texture as well, that doesn't matter. This is better because it has a special tip at the end which will let you draw fairly fine lines. Finer than a texter, plus it's like a pen, so it makes it really easy to use. Okay, now, like many people, I tend to need a reference when I draw my pictures, so I have to have a picture in my head before I can put it down on paper. Usually I put a little diagram in the bottom corner, see, because if I don't put a diagram in the bottom corner, I'm going to end up forgetting the picture, and then halfway through I'm going to have to rub the whole thing out, and that's quite a lot of rubbing out. So this picture I'm going to draw a feline for the first picture. I'm going to draw a feline, and it's going to have some kittens. So I'm going to have a lot of cats in my picture. There's no canines in this one because canines is the same principle with it. So first of all, I'm going to draw a mini skeleton of the picture on the corner. So I'm going to draw a circle for the head. I'm going to draw its ribs. I'm going to draw its hips. I'm going to indicate where the legs are going to be. Paws are going to be circles. So I'm going to draw it like that. I'm going to have its tail come around and just from the end, we're going to have it sit like that. I'm going to have another little picture, another little mini one of the same. It's going to be a kitten, so I'm going to have a little happy kitten here. So it's going to be there. It's going to be pouncing on that. It doesn't look like it's pouncing now, but it will. It will look like it's going to be pouncing. It's just not meant to be exact. See, even I make mistakes in my drafts. You need to know the basic shapes of your pictures. Yeah. And I'm going to draw where the muzzle is. The eyes are going to be around there. I'm going to draw little paws, and that's going to be its little tail. That is my draft. Plus, I'm going to need things like crosshairs to indicate where it is. See, most pictures, most drawers like to go for exact. They like to go by definitions. They like to go by sizes. I don't really like going by proportions. As you can probably tell, that's not exactly the proportion of it. Now that I've got my little draft, which is this little cute little picture here, I'm going to start drawing the final copy, which shouldn't be too hard because now I've got my little reference to go by. So, I'm going to start by drawing the skeleton. Drawing the skeleton is quite simple. You just go lightly. As you can see, it's pretty light, almost hard to see for the camera. And I'm going to continue drawing the shapes that I've used in the similar way of that. Then I'm going to draw myself the bottom. So basically my cat is sitting quite straight because he's looking straight at the camera. But if it was on the side, like this little kitten here, on the side, then it has to be different because you need to draw the top and you need to also draw a body out there. But I'm not going to draw a body out there. Okay. Now I'm going to indicate I'm going to just draw the neck in. Really, it's just a straight little line that I like to sometimes follow throughout the whole body so then I can indicate where I want my tail. Sometimes I might want my tail to just loop out like that, or I can make my tail just flop out like that. But I'm just going to keep the one that's straight across, so I'm going to use my rubber, and I'm going to rub out the one that I don't want. Because it's light, it can rub out easily. These are all tips. For drawing cats and dogs, I've gained tips from people, and I'm really thankful for all those who have helped. And really, there's so many people that have helped, I've just lost count of all the names. So I thank everyone for helping me with the camera, with this. How I draw my cats. Okay. Well, first of all, because if I was looking at the screen, I do a crosshair line straight through the middle of the head. The head's an egg-like shape for me. It's an oval. I've got similar shapes for the body, but they're smaller than the head because the head to me is the main part you're supposed to be looking at. Then I go ahead and I indicate where I want my ears. Now, because in the picture his ears aren't exactly straight up like that, they're not like that, they're supposed to be out a bit more of an angle, like an angled out. Because he has a kitten, or she has a kitten resting on the top of her head. See, that's a kitten. So, I'm going to indicate that that is what I want her ears to do. I want her ears to flop down, and I like it to finish at the middle of the head, which happens to be where my next crosshair will go. There was a little bit of an interruption, but I'm back again. I'm ready to continue recording and teaching you about my drawing cats. So, as you've probably noticed, I've got myself here. Maybe a bit hard for you to see with the camera being quite not so happy with white pictures. I've drawn myself one ear, so I'm concentrating on the head now because I'm still got the skeleton stage. So you notice there's still circles and lines, which is basically how you draw it, just circles and lines. So I've drawn one ear, so I want to make the second ear similar, but not exactly, because I'm not exactly the type of person for exact pictures. And besides, the head's sort of on the side. So once again, I make sure it finishes off at the middle of the head, right there. See, that's where my ear finishes off, right there. So now that I've got myself a good picture for the head, I make sure that the top is flattened, a little bit more flat than what it was, because it used to go out a bit. This line that I've done is a bit darker, because I'm starting to get more into detail. Now that I've done that, I organise how I want my eyes for the cat. I always draw the main picture first before I add any extras. So, for me, I like doing my cat eyes almond-like, with a slight flat on one end, because it allows you to do a rounder picture, but you have to make sure your pictures are a bit light. You can make them round eyes, like really big, you can make them really small, depending on how far open you want the eyes. For me, I'm going to keep mine in the almond. I'm going to make it slanted a bit, and I'm going to do it almond. So there is one eye. Now I've got to do the same for the other eye. Generally, I start from the corner of my crosshair where it intersects, but this time I'm going to make it a bit different, because this picture I'm going to make it different. I want the picture to be different. So, every picture I do uses a similar concept with canines when you do dogs. You'll find that they're not exactly slanted like a cat's ears. You'll find that's how I prefer it to be. So that's my cat eye so far. That's the basic. Then I'm going to draw myself a nose. Now cat noses aren't anywhere as big as dogs, and they're more of a triangular shape than dogs are. So mine is similar to a triangle. It's not exactly a triangle because I don't go by exact, as I've been saying over and over again. Then I'm going to draw the neckline, because now I'm starting to flesh out, as some would say, flesh out your picture. So I'm going to just do basically 2 curves into the body. So it goes in, then it starts coming out as it comes towards the chest, which would happen, this part would be the rib cage of my cat. Now, as I've done for this picture here, I'm going to indicate my legs. Now, this cat's not a very big cat, as you may have noticed. It's actually a domestic cat, and domestic cats aren't exactly meant to be big in proportion. And please don't give me bad comments to this video. It's my first recorded one, so I don't want my paws to be too big, but I don't want them to be too small either. That is a typical size for me. Once I do that, I will end up continuing on and doing the rest of the body, from joining the rib cage to the pelvic area. And don't laugh, because I know pelvic sounds funny, I'd like to draw the rest of my cat by doing a weird little, I would say, a blade shape, like a leaf shape for the cat's hind legs, because if you think of it, cats, this is their knee area, this is their knee, so it actually comes from here, down there, goes up, and then it comes back straight down and joins with your feet. See how that goes? That's like your back foot. That's a back foot. Now, I could draw my other back foot so that it crosses across the legs, but I don't want to do it this time. I want this cat to be sitting upright. So I'm going to continue on drawing my leaf-like shape, continuing by drawing my back leg, and then I'm going to draw the bottom straight, because that's the belly. That's where my belly is. See, this is my cat so far. Isn't it good? You're welcome to use this picture, as long as you link back to me or give me credit, because I'm helping you with this one. I might want the cat's tail to go up. Now, keep in note, tail isn't increasingly long unless you're going to go way out of proportion for the tail. And that's something I don't like to do. I tend to go out of proportion when it comes to thickness of the tail. So, now that it's starting to flesh out, my tail can have some skin. So, I'm going to go for any thickness I feel like for the tail. I like to go for a good size tail. Not too thick, not too thin. This is for a short-haired cat. Long-haired cat, the tail's going to be quite bushy. You're going to have a fairly bushy tail, like a fox tail, if you want a long-haired cat. I'm going to end up giving this cat a little smile, making sure I remember that cat's muzzles do tend to go up into the mouth, into the nose. Yeah, the mouth goes up into the nose. If I wanted it open, I could draw it so it was open. As you can see, that looks like an open mouth, but I'm not going to draw an open mouth. I want it to be closed. This is my cat picture of my person. I'm going to continue by drawing in my first kitten, which is going to be the one on the top of the head. If you're not happy with your picture, you can always rub it out and try again. That's the beauty of drawing. You can just try again. So, I'm going to draw the skeleton of my little kitten, which isn't going to be too big. It's probably going to be similar in comparison size there. See how small it is? That's going to be the same size for this one. This one's going to be fairly small in size. Fairly small, but not too small. I want to be able to put in some details. So I'm going to draw a circle. Oops. My mistake, just dropped the pencil. I'm going to draw a circle. And I'm going to draw his little muzzle. His little muzzle, which is where the mouth is. Mouth, nose. Yes. I'm going to do the same idea for a crosshair. Across there. And across his nose. That way, I can make sure it's still center. Now, because he's not facing the screen exactly like this cat, I will make his crosshair dip down. If I have to, I can make it go across his nose right there. And that is a good crosshair to go by. Okay, this little kitten, his ears are going to be pricked up, or perked up. He really is excited about this new perspective. So he's very interested in his mother. So I'm going to draw that. Plus I'm going to draw two little sausage shapes to indicate that's where his paws are. Because without his paws, he can't be hanging on, can he? Now, this comes the fun part. Being able to rub out what you don't want is a good way of keeping in mind what's supposed to be there and what isn't supposed to be there. So, once when you can draw that, that'll be good. When you can rub out, that's a good idea.